So tonight we're going to be showing you exactly what we have to do when it's time for Ethan's bedtime. So that might sound straightforward, but because although a baby might want a book and some milk, generally Ethan is a little bit more complicated than that, as I'm sure you've all imagined. Anyway, so here is Ethan. Hello Ethan. Hello darling. All ready for bed. Not quite been changed yet because we've still got some other bits and bobs to do. So tonight Ethan has to have heparin in his bags, which means that he had fibrin in his dialysis bag last night. That basically means when the fluid comes out of his tummy, he has like little lumps of protein just in the bag that when the fluid has come out of him, and that can clog up his catheter and mean he doesn't drain quite as well. So he has to have a heparin put into the bags tonight, and that basically just thins it out a bit and makes sure it doesn't clog up. So this is not something that Ethan's always had. It's only something that's quite recent. So now generally we should be doing this once a week, but if we actually notice fibrin in his bag, that means we have to do it 2 nights in a row. So last night he had fibrin, so that means we're having to do heparin tonight and tomorrow, but we're going to do all the bags now, and then they will be ready for tomorrow. So if you look over here, there's all the bags ready to go, and all the stuff ready to go for it down there. So Daddy's doing connection tonight. Hello James.
Hello, how are you?
So he's going to do that for us tonight, so we're going to watch him do it.
That's it, it's my first time. I've watched someone do it at Great Ormond St for about 10 minutes. Some of the equipment looks a little bit different to the ones that I trained on, but it's going to be fun.
Just to be clear, that's the first time you've done heparin, not the first time you've connected him to his dialysis machines.
No, I've done that lots of times. So I'm going to be following a little crib sheet of just what to do with the heparin. So wash my hands, all the windows and doors are shut, and there's no children other than Ethan up here who's trying to escape from his cot at the moment. Right, I've washed my hands for a minute and I put alcohol gel on. So now I need to start putting the dialysis bag. I love this noise, I don't know why. That's one. You love this noise too.
Can't say I've noticed loads. So basically Ethan has 3 bags per night. So the first 2 are physio meal bags, and they come in 2 different strengths. So there is a 136 weak bag and a 227 strong bag, which basically means that depending on how much fluid we want to pull off Ethan, depends on what bags he has. Ethan has been coping mainly on 2 136, so 2 weak bags for quite some time, but every now and again he will be a little bit overloaded with fluid and need to have what we call a mix bag, which means there's 1 136 weak bag and 1 227 strong bag. So they mix together and make a mix somewhere in the middle. The third bag is an extra kneel bag. Not that one, that's a physio kneel bag. So somewhere at the bottom there, that one down there at the bottom. That is an extra kneel bag, and that basically is what goes into Ethan's tummy right at the very end of his dialysis and stays in his tummy all day. So that solution deposits 200 mils into Ethan's tummy, and it stays there all day long and kind of does some slow dialysis throughout the day. I'm really sorry if you can't hear me. James is being very noisy with those bags.
Sorry. I think I'm done now.
So I'm sorry if you can't hear me, but yeah, so Ethan has 200 mils in his tummy every day, It stays there all the way through the day and gives him a bit of slow dialysis during the day. And it's a different solution to the other 2 bags, just because that means that Ethan won't soak it up. Because when he very first went on dialysis, he had the same solution in his tummy all day and he just soaked it all up, which obviously made his fluid overload a little bit worse. So now he has this extra kneel, and that works much better for Ethan. So that's it, all the bags open.
A little sort of alcohol-y type wipe thing that we have to just wrap around each of the ports, technical term, on the bag. You can hear Ethan coughing in the background. He's developed a cold today, which is a bit annoying because he's got an operation coming up fairly soon, which I don't think he's going to have. You decided against it.
So yes, just wrapping alcohol gels around the port of the bag. You can see just there. Basically that's just to keep it clean.
Yeah.
There'll be a needle going in that port in a minute.
Hopefully in that, not in my hand.
So just to keep it clean. One of the biggest things we have to worry about with Ethan doing his dialysis at home is the infection risk. Hence why we have to do things like this. So wrapping the sterile wipes around the ports while we have to wash our hands several times during the process for 2 minutes at a time. Because if he develops an infection in the dialysis fluid, which is called peritonitis, then that can be very, very dangerous for him. So that's why we have to be very careful when we're doing these things.
I promise I'm nearly done. We're going to have to do this every night.
Peritonitis is also the reason that if Ethan gets a temperature, we have to take him to the hospital with a sample of his fluid so they can check, because it's something which might mean he gets very poorly very quickly. So we have to be very, very careful about it. So if he gets a temperature, even for those normal baby things of teething and just normal baby cold, we still have to take a sample of his fluid, just because we have to be very, very careful.
How many times do you think you've had to do that? Just say. Ooh, difficult one. 6 maybe? 7? Yeah?
Yeah, possibly.
Never been positive.
No,
Never had an
but that's a
issue.
good thing.
That is a good thing.
We would rather take them and then be negative than obviously them being positive, because if he gets peritonitis, the treatment for that means he has to be on dialysis 48 hours solid with some antibiotics in the bags, so that the antibiotics get straight into his tummy where the infection is, and hopefully stop it at the source. Right. So what we do now?
So now, opening all these syringes. Hours of fun. Ethan's just entertaining himself by yanking on his oxygen tubes. That's all good.
Ethan is used to entertaining himself, because obviously this is quite a long process that we have to do every night. So he is quite good at just lying there and entertaining himself, watching what's going on, bless him. We do normally have the radio on, but obviously because we're making the video tonight, we decided against the radio. When Ethan was in hospital, we used to love the radio.
Smooth FM all day long.
Now most of the babies on Eagle Ward at Great Ormond Street listen to Smooth FM, thanks to Ethan, because they never quite realised how calming it was to the babies until Ethan showed them how much he loved it.
Right, just attaching the needles now. Still with their safety caps on, which is good. So I won't shove it in my finger.
Which
the first time.
he has been known to do before, haven't you?
Sadly, yes. Careless.
James realised quite quickly that the bungs on the end of the needles are not to stop them coming through.
So they're just made of rubber. I'm not a doctor or a nurse. For good reason. Right. Nearly there. You right there, Ethan? Yeah, he's good. Right, so they're all attached. Yeah, they're all attached. So, right, so now I just have to open the heparin, which is the medicine. And these are different to the ones that we use at Great Ormond St, so I assume they just come off like that.
Yeah.
That's easy.
So yes, here's the little vials of heparin.
Right.
So we have them delivered to our house quite a while ago. We've had them for quite some time. And then it's for this purpose, obviously. Oh,
Lovely. So,
poor Ethan, not feeling that well today. Makes him a bit sicky when he coughs too much, bless him.
right. I've got to go and wash my hands again.
So James is off to wash his hands for 2 minutes. Off he goes. So, this is what we mean while washing your hands. So, here is James. So here is our bathroom. I think you might have seen this before. Here is the towel dispenser on the wall, on the bathroom wall. Obviously that was provided to us very kindly. And that is just for for obviously drying our hands, because we can't dry them on a normal towel because of the infection risk. So here are our little towels that we get given to dry our hands off after we've washed them. So it's James, so you have to go through a certain process of washing, making sure you get all the dirt off. Very, very important. And then after he's washed his hands, you'll go and put alcohol gel on, which will kill the bugs, basically. Which is what we want.
As if I haven't drowned them already.
Yes. So there's James washing his hands. Here are the bins, I think again you've seen before. That's for all of Ethan's rubbish that comes with his dialysis. Now, you'd think that was a lot of rubbish. That is probably about 2 days. We have to empty those a couple of times a week out into the main bins, because they get full very, very quickly. Here we are, still washing our hands.
Moisturiser. If you ever have to do this, make sure you've got some moisturiser.
Yes.
It makes your hands very old very quickly.
Especially in the winter. When you go outside in the cold after washing your hands so many times a day, your hands get absolutely ripped to shreds.
Face of a 25-year-old, hands of an 80-year-old.
Yeah, he wishes 25, yeah.
Alright, 35. Right.
So we just throw stuff on the floor as we go, just because we don't like to disturb the bins in any way, shape or form while we're in the middle of the process. So we just throw everything on the floor as we go, and then we pick it all up at the end. So there's James turning the tap off with the wipes, because again you're not allowed to touch the tap once you've washed your hands. So here we are back in here after hand washing. You can still hear, bless him. Found his dummy. Did he have that when we left?
I think I put it in his mouth before we went out of the room. I think. It was a long time ago. Right, 2 minutes ago. Just reading the instructions. It says, draw up 1 ml of heparin for each bag using the 2 ml syringes. Fine. It says, leave the needles on the syringes and cautiously replace the lids.
They've met you before, haven't they?
Yeah.
Probably wrote that especially for you.
Okay, moment of truth.
So here we go.
Ethan looking nervous. I was nervous again. Ethan, you're not helping. Enough. Cautiously. Oh God, go wrong here. Stress factor.
Okay. So following the next hand wash. Alcohol gel.
Alcohol gel. So all the syringes are made up. I actually just phoned the nurse and got to come round and made it up for me.
We wish.
I wish. Right. So the next thing is to inject it into the bag without injecting it into my hand. Ethan, you're looking nervous. Don't worry, I won't come near you. Right. Okay. Here we go. So first one. That's scary. Particularly in this light. Hospital staff do it so quickly. Right. Okay, next one. last one. Done. For you. Let's go.
Right, so that's the heparin in those bags. So 3 of those bags will be sealed back in their packets to be used tomorrow. And 3 of them will be used tonight. So they need a little bit of a shake up first, just so the heparin gets mixed in with the rest of it. And then to break this seal on the corner of on the inside of the bag, because the 2 chambers have to mix together, which can take a little while, so that's why we're just shaking that one up and on there now. Same for this one. So shake up, break the seal, hang it up down the side of the machine. And then there is the extra needle bag. That one doesn't need a seal breaking because that all comes in one bag, but it needs a good shake up just to get that heparin moved around inside. So they now we have to wait for them to drain before we can use them on the dialysis machine. So they're just going to drain there at the moment while we put these ones away and seal them up.
So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then feel free to subscribe, and we hope you have a less than ordinary week.